Hello, Serge here from the back porch. Clipboard, we have a question. This is in response to a previous question that I answered in a daily video about someone asked about, well, they seem to be quite relaxed on the range, but they get really tense on the golf course, and could that be anxiety and pressure? And I think it was, and I talked a lot about that. Well, this is another answer that came back regarding that, and I think it's so good that it deserved a daily of its own. And T. Medley said, in response to that original question about performance anxiety, he says, also at the range, play a make-believe course in your mind. Whichever course you are the most familiar with, just pick out appropriate flags or locations down the range that would represent a similar fairway or green approach shot as on your course. Then plan to hit your target. Make it a smaller target as you improve. This will give you a more similar pressure to hit the target as when playing an actual course. I often play particular holes when at the range. Hit a driver to pretend fairway target, then a fairway to a green or a layup area, then a wedge to one of the closer range flags is my 100 yards in shot. It makes the practice more fun and efficient in hitting targets instead of just hitting golf balls. Good luck. Absolutely phenomenal response. And again, how many of us really do that? I know, for example, when I'm on a range, I'll try to make a fairway out there somewhere. If you're at one that has a fence or some type of screening back there, you can use so many of the different poles for your targets. If not, pick trees or pick different flags out there and create a green. If you're hitting an iron, that would be going to a green. If you're hitting woods or a driver, pick a fairway. I would always say, whatever club I'm hitting, I always put parameters as to what I would accept to be a good shot. In other words, if I'm hitting at a flag, I created a green out there. I've created two things that would be the width of an average green, and staying within those two parameters from my flag would be an acceptable golf shot. I create my fairway width parameters. So you have to do that. Playing on a golf course is a golf course in your mind is a great way, because if you really do that, what are you doing? You're not just standing there with one club pounding balls one after another. I mean, to me, it's the most crazy thing I see on a range is when somebody's pounding balls, and I mean pounding them out like they're getting paid for how many they can hit per minute. And many times you see them, they hit a bad shot. You know it's a bad shot because they've shown some degree of body mannerisms or whatever that tell you that it's bad, and they've already got a ball rolled over and ready to hit it. They're getting into a stance, and the other ball hasn't even landed yet. How are you going to get better? If you hit a bad shot, we know our number one motto is what? You can't get another ball until you earn it by taking some good practice swings. So you hit your bad shot. Okay, I have to reset my thinking to my good setup, because the setup determines the motion. After I get into my good setup, I have the swing thought I'm going back to that I've been using, and you make it, and until you make a good swing, a good balanced swing from takeaway all the way to the finish, you don't get another ball. And then so if you do that, it slows your practice down. It makes it more quality, not quantity. So many of us seem to get into quantity rather than quality. Beating balls is not, rapid fire is not the way to learn a golf swing. So take your time and think about your shots. When you hit a bad one, think about what you have to do in your setup and your swing on the next shot. You earn your golf ball on the range as well as on a golf course, but especially on the range, because it doesn't do any good to stand there and keep beating bad balls and hitting bad shots. Playing a golf course is excellent. So with all those things in mind, turn the range into an excellent practice session, and play those shots in your mind out there on the range, and play the golf course. Many times when you see when the pros have to come back in for a rain delay or whatever, and they go back out to the range, they're always standing there hitting and practicing, ending up with the shot they're going to play next on a golf course. So if they have to have a par 3 and they have a 4-iron to it, they're going to hit some 4-irons or whatever. A driver, they're going to hit drivers. So that's a good thing to do. I think ultimately one of the best things that you can do when you're practicing, and I know that as most amateurs you have to pay for your golf balls, but if you're down to the last 2 or 3 golf balls, and even if it's the end and you're going home and it's done, or especially if you're going to the golf course, if you hit a really, really good shot and you got a couple balls left, walk away on a good one. How many times have you had that 1, 2, or 3 balls left and you just pure it, you're happy, you're excited, you say, wow, that's it, I got that feeling for today, that's the one I want, but you're not going to leave those last couple balls. And what about, how many times have you seen it or done it yourself where it's one last ball and you're going to hit it and then you make a lousy swing or hit a lousy shot and you walk away what? All frustrated and mixed up. So sometimes when you're down to those last couple balls, I know you paid for them, but when you hit that good shot, especially if you're going straight to the course, and in all reality, if you're going home, it's great to go home on a good shot than on a bad one, and better to go to that first tee on a good shot than a bad one. So leave it. Let somebody else have it. Walk away when you've hit a really good shot. Have a really good feeling that you can run through your mind, have your mind awaken itself to all the senses of what everything happened in your body, how every muscle moved, so you can close your eyes and you can see it in your mind and feel it in your muscles so you can repeat it. So walk away on a good one. Well, that's it for the search today about some better ways to practice and things to do to make practice more profitable and more worthwhile so you can make better swings, hit better shots, and shoot those lower scores. Well, that's it, and I'll be talking to y'all again soon.